What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today I want to talk about Forge mode and adding it to Destiny. So this is not a new topic. This is something the community has been talking about for a long time. I've talked about it on this channel. I've talked about it on the Planet Destiny podcast. I think it is a no-brainer, awesome idea, and I think most people are going to agree with me. The reason I'm talking about it today is because of the Forbes.com article that came out. Now, if you're not aware, last week we had Paul Tassi from Forbes.com on the Planet Destiny podcast, and one of the things we talked about was adding a Forge mode into Destiny to increase replayability for PVE players. He loved this idea. He took it, he ran with it, and he wrote an awesome article on Forbes.com. I'm going to link that down in the description below, but what he did with the idea I thought was really interesting. Instead of having it kind of game-wide, instead of having it for PvP levels, for patrols, for strikes, he restricted it to the Prison of Elders. Now, Prison of Elders was something that came out with House of Wolves, was somewhat exciting for the first couple of weeks, and then really got abandoned once the Taken King came out. But using it as a platform for player customization, i.e. the Forge mode, would be amazing. I really love what he did with this idea, because not only would it create a reason to go back to the Prison of Elders, but I think it also, inside of Destiny, is kind of unique and kind of special in the way that it would help Bungie kind of restrict what was possible with Forge mode, at least in its onset. So one of the problems with Forge mode would be, how would you really implement it? Now, in PvP levels, with Crucible levels, you could see it being fairly easy because it's, you know, a somewhat limited space. Prison of Elders is like that too. It's a limited space. In Patrol, you know, how do you keep players from just adding too much stuff in? How do you keep players from just like going absolutely crazy with this thing, you know, causing the game to crash, causing memory concerns? How do you do that? With Prison of Elders, you don't really have to worry about that because it's already a contained area. I love this idea. Now, long term, I don't want to see this just be restricted to Prison of Elders. Maybe in Destiny 2, when the last gen consoles kind of get dropped, which we all sort of suspected this time, maybe it could be added so that strikes, patrols, PvP levels, Crucible levels, all of that stuff could be included into a Forge mode. Imagine being able to design your own strike, right? You can start with the entire Cosmodrome as your canvas. You can set waypoints so that players have to travel to certain locations like you do in a mission or in a strike. Then you could add in enemies. You could have any type of enemy you wanted because this is yours to customize. You can do whatever you want as far as enemies go. You can have huge bosses that you normally see at the end of strikes. You could have a ton of smaller enemies. You could just really go wild. You can mix and match. You could put Vex on Earth. You could put, Cabal fighting Vex anywhere you want, right? The possibilities there are amazing. You could set rules for where they spawn, how many spawn, what spawns, and even why they spawn. Imagine if you could add floating platforms inside the patrol. You could create your own jumping puzzles inside a mission of your own design. You could put in relics from Vault of Glass or Crota's End that have modifiable attributes, so you could actually have, goals and reasons to stick together as a team. You can make them as hard or as easy as you want. These things, to me, would make Destiny PvE almost endlessly playable. Imagine if your friends told you, hey, we designed this level, you want to check it out? Hell yeah, I do. I want to definitely check that out. Imagine your favorite YouTuber, maybe Dado Does Destiny, releases a strike that he designed on Venus. You could check that out. Maybe your favorite streamer, maybe your favorite podcast team all get together, create a strike, and you can go and check out their handiwork. Imagine a Mario Maker style kind of open world, an open environment where anybody could make a level, and as long as they could actually finish it themselves, then you could go play it. They could post it and you could go play it. Imagine if Bungie somehow found a way to collate this. They created a system to organize all of these player design strikes and levels and Prison of Elders. You know, if they found a way to kind of pick out their favorites and then feature them, and then maybe they could add rewards to those featured strikes. How fun would that be? It would really create a system in Destiny that was endlessly replayable and constantly providing new content, while Bungie was focusing their efforts on creating brand new levels, brand new PvP, PVE events. The player base would constantly be adding new content to the game, and it would erase these long content gaps. They would just be gone. We wouldn't have to worry about them anymore because the community itself would be taking care of that. Sure, you'd still always be playing in the same areas until Bungie released brand new areas. No, you probably couldn't change the geometry of the cliffs in the Cosmodrome, but maybe you could add in cars or ramps or you know, some sort of floating, disappearing platform to create your own jumping puzzle. You know, the possibilities here are frankly endless. And if it were me, if I was in charge of Bungie right now, this would be probably my #1 priority for Destiny 2. To me, it erases so many of the issues that Bungie has right now. It's just a no-brainer. So hopefully we're going to see this kind of thing. I don't think it'd be really possible in Destiny 1. I honestly don't. Considering that these games are still being played on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and the memory restrictions that kind of go along with that, I doubt that Bungie could really do this in Destiny 1 or in the Destiny that we play now. But in Destiny 2, assuming they drop the Xbox 360 and PS3, maybe they could add this. Maybe they could add a Forge mode and just constantly be taking the pressure off of themselves to be adding new content. They could take a little longer to create content that was really detailed and really huge. They could have that time without all of the complaining that's happening now. I really think this is a no-brainer, awesome idea. Like I said before, definitely go check out Paul Tassie's article. There's a link down in the description. I think he really nails it with this article. He really focuses on the Prison of Elders. I'm okay with that, like, as a starting point, but I'd really like to see it opened up to the Destiny world at large. I think doing it with a patrol in particular really opens it up to having just like epic player created strike design, mission design, stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys would create as well. Give me some ideas. What would you guys go out there and create? Imagine a patrol zone is open to you to create anything you want, to use a relic any way you want, to create jumping puzzles. How would you use that? What bosses would you put where? What ads would you put where? How would you go crazy with a Forge mode in Destiny? I'm really curious. I think it'd be a ton of fun if this were to get implemented into Destiny. I think it would just be an absolute blast. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys would do with this. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.